Like many management fads, the balanced scorecard was kickstarted by an article in the Harvard Business Review. The article talked about how a group of people from a variety of organizations were working on an important problem. The fact that financial performance measures were not the whole story about performance in organizations, and worse, financial measures were also found to be hindering performance. Management by the numbers could make you worse off. They were right about that. One of the people in the group had been working on measures for his own organization, so he showed his colleagues what they'd been doing. In his organization, they had the usual financial measures and added some new ones. Measures of customer delivery times, measures of quality and cycle times in manufacturing, and measures of the effectiveness of product development. These were all measures that they considered to be important to performance. He said that people in his organization called this collection of measures their corporate scorecard. And they christened it the balanced scorecard. I guess they thought balance was a better word than corporate. But anyway, thus a fad was born. The balanced scorecard, a plausible idea without any theory. An idea, which may indeed have been a good idea in one organization, was paraded as knowledge. Managers everywhere would be prone to assume that these balanced scorecard people must know what they're talking about, especially because it scratches an itch. Many managers have doubts about management by the numbers. Why didn't these people ask questions like, did these measures actually prove useful in this example? And how do we know? If they did prove useful, can we theorize about whether the measures were generally useful so they can be used by everyone? Or do we need to develop theoretical propositions from which measures can be derived? Instead of considering theory, they went ahead on their flip charts and charted a course of obfuscation and complexity and sub-optimization. That's how the balanced scorecard was made, and that is what it does. Some of their brainstorming was that the balanced scorecard should be organized around 4 perspectives: financial, customer, internal, and innovational learning. The argument went on that balance should be identified by short and long-term measures, financial and non-financial measures, lagging and leading measures, and external and internal measures. Fantastic! Rock and roll! It's wonderful what brainstorming can generate. Ticking the box from management speak, but no useful theory. Instead of theory, people got prescription. And so, within inevitability, we see the balanced scorecard leading to burgeoning measurement bureaucracy statements of vision and missions, strategies and priorities to follow in every division and department. Requirements for all functions at all levels, fill in the boxes for all of the elements of the scorecard, and so on. Everyone involved uncritically hoovers up existing performance indicators, targets, service level agreements, service standards, and the like, and sticks them into their measurement plans. Then owners are appointed for their new performance management processes, reviewing performance in structured meetings, and of course, reporting frequently with plans for improvement. A veritable industry. And the only certain result is the consumption of an incredible amount of resource, with the intended risk of actually making performance worse. The balanced scorecard becomes a pernicious distraction. Now, let's go back to the beginning. What was missing right at the start was a discussion of any theoretical framework for determining measures. How can we be sure that the measures chosen could help us understand and improve performance? What theory governs our choice of measures, and how can we test that theory? Well, here's a bit of a theory that we are testing thoroughly. If you manage with lagging measures, you risk making performance worse. Attention to output can only distort a system. You should never manage with lagging measures. This helps us. It means that all of the lagging measures that we have in our scorecard bureaucracy can be ignored because they won't help us understand and improve performance. Staff morale, customer satisfaction, and all financial measures are all examples. They can only tell you what happened and will never help you towards understanding why. That will cut out trees so you can start to see the woods. A second bit of theory. Leading measures will help us understand and start to improve performance. To develop a leading measure, you must think about performance in customer terms. Understand the purpose of the system from the customer's point of view and measure achievement. In transaction services, this will mean measuring things like percentage of services completed at the point of transaction, delivering on time as requested, end-to-end time, completing or resolving problems on first visit, and so on. A third and final bit of theory, these measures must be expressed in time series because we need to know how stable our system is. And more importantly, we want to be able to observe the changes in measures as we set about improving the system. If we follow these bits of theory, we'll be able to slash through the bureaucracy of our balanced scorecard. We'll be able to work out the measures we need to understand and improve performance. And we'll get to first base for making profound improvements. Remember, as we go through this process, that management should be about prediction. The balanced scorecard really isn't about balance. It's a platform for us to use for solving problems. And the balanced scorecard needs to be balanced by a bit of theory as well. And that's what we're in the process of figuring out. So let's continue to look at our KPIs with this theory in mind.